Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir sponsor Luinish Masam Yakashon Yechezkel. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Kuf Aleph. We got to Kuf Aleph and Daf on top in the fifth line from the top. Toner Rabbanon. Zok the Gemara. Toner Rabbanon Hakoirei Pasuk Shel Shira Shirim. Ve'oisa Oisa Kimin Zemer. Someone takes a pasuk Shir Shirim and sings with it. Now why Shir Shirim? Rashi says, obviously, other things too, but Shir Shirim is a shir, it's a song. So maybe I think you could sing with it. Someone takes a pasuk and starts singing with it. He's reading a pasuk with the story. That's part of the song. He's doing a song. It's nothing to do. He's not coming to darshan it because it's Pesach, so he's saying Leis Kaddish Chag, or Leila Kiyam Yoyer, or he's doing Sukkot, he's talking about Sukkot Shavti. He says, stop. Maybe Ro Loilam. Brings back to the word. Because it says the third look what they're doing. They're making me into a violin. What do you want to do? They're eating, what should they do? So they should learn Torah, not sing these songs. So he wasn't good at the song. And this L'chora Pashup Shat means talking about exactly what we do today, using some different psukim, and we just reread them in the psukim. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was asked by TB to mention the Lui Nishmas. I just want to mention it for 1 second. As we start, oops, I can't find it. Okay, Gevaldiks, I can't find it. So the shir is the Lui Nishmas. In addition to what we said before, the Lui Nishmas, the person on TV wants it to be. Okay, so Bekitzer, we are right now. So we are. So Bekitzer, we say over here that you're not allowed to sing songs. Moshe Feinstein writes in Tshuva. That's why it's a problem to take words of pasuk and sing a song. And he's brought down many of the places did not agree with that. I want to say today that when a person sings a song with the words as to connect to Hakadosh Baruch Hu, so that may be bismanner that we said before, and that's why maybe it should be okay. But it's not pashut at all. That's it's not so pashut. Okay.
So about Shir Shirim, I understand. What about Tehillim? If you're taking
same thing. Koshkin. Because by Tehillim, the point is, why was it deal with Tehillim? Tehillim is that it is it's not meant to be a song, but Shir Shirim meant to be a song. Says the Gemara, "Yi Deb Shimon ben Lozom Shimon ben Chananya kol Koyi pasuk bezmanim mevi Torah lo'ilim shema davar be'itu matir." You bring a pasuk, and that's what's going to get to the Indian. Tashri is to get to this pasuk, then it's the right thing to do. Rabbi Yasha also says that the reason why we're making these things, they talk about in general listening to songs, because people are depressed, and that's what gives them a little chizuk. Haloicha shalamaka. So the Mishnah said, so haloicha shalamaka doesn't get chekel lamabo. What we talk about, he spits. The way they used to do was some kind of a way the Rishonim also speaks about. Anybody learning the Rishonim Shabbos mentions, like one's going to mention, speak about Shabbos in a moment, is that they used to do is that there was a certain type of refuah. They used to, it's like a lachash. They used to spit and say this enchantment, and then they would do something. So you're not allowed to do that. Now you use a pasuk for that purpose. Even the pasuk negat tzaras, there's no shame Hashem in the Rashi says. Still, you can't do it. Which is not, doesn't say even loshen choyli or nega. Stam, not pasuk has to do with a machal. Still, don't use it. On Shabbos, person is allowed to rub oil, allowed to pull oil and rub it on the stomach on Shabbos. They can use a lechisho to get away the snakes and scorpions on Shabbos. Rashi brings the two explanations, either because they put a metal vessel on the eye to make the eye cooler, or to the person has pain in his eyes, they put something on his eye. So you can do that on Shabbos. And the Shabbos, what comes up with the Gemara Shabbos, because it's not healing, it's just holding, be careful, be careful, be careful. It's not healing, it is just making sure that it keeps it where it is. You're allowed to take muktzeh to use it for that. You're not allowed to use, so we mentioned lachash over here because we said lachash, you have your lachash for the chosh v'akovim. There's another thing is that you do dvar shedim, that when a person loses something, he has to shade to bring it for him, and you should not do it in Shabbos because it means Yechezkel. Says the Gemara, you can't do it even the weekday. That's halacha. The Yeshiva is ain't halacha, but the way they fix it, the Goyen agrees that you say the ain't halacha. The halacha is like a base. You should not use shadim. And even, in other words, when you have it, when we spoke about it, even when Rabbi Yossi said ain't halacha, and the having that maybe will be halacha, that has to be according to this shat, according to this girsa, and that's because of sakana you do it. In other words, because it can bring you the sakana. What does it mean? Rashi says, the way Rashi learns, he says that he was asking Shadim, the Shadim wanted to kill him, so he had no choice but to go into a tree. But then and he had to get out of the tree. There was a nace, the tree broke open and he got out. The other Shadim explained the pshat is the shade put him into the tree. That's what the shade did. So in any case, you see over here sakana, that's you should not deal with Shadim. You could put oil and rub it on the stomach of Shabbos, but don't do like you do the weekday. What's the key to do in the weekday? In the weekday, you put oil first, and then you rub it. So here you do the opposite, meaning it's not that you rub the oil. You have to rub it. You have to rub the stomach. So the choy, what you do is, Rashi says, you first rub the stomach, and then you put oil on it.
Exactly if you put on cream for your skin, that's the same type of thing you do now?
But oil is not creamy, it's more liquid, that's why it's not a problem with cream. And also you're doing it some kind of a massage they're doing over there. Says the Gemara, do it together. What is that? Leftovers of oil, leftovers of eggs, that they use it for Maisa Shedim. Again, Maisa Shedim. Mutar show them. You could ask questions on it. Sometimes they lie, they say the wrong information, so that's why they stopped using it. You do al shemen shebekli. In other words, the ones who do ma'aseh shedim, they do the lachash on oil which is in a vessel. So then you use all kinds of encampment to bring the shedim. But in bayad, they don't bring the shemen. So therefore, the figure sochim b'shemen shebayad and sochim b'shemen shebekli. When someone gives you oil that's in a kli, don't use it because in those days, because maybe they're using it to get shady, and who knows what's some kind of witchcraft you have on this oil. But when you do the oil kli, then you could do it. You have no something to be choishes. We'll read the story about that. He came to this hotel. So he brought them oil in a kli. Shaf, so he rubbed it himself. So he grew some bubbles on his nose, on his face. He went out to the market. So this woman saw him. I see that spirit of this shade called chemes over here. Of the meal Soviets, she knew what to do with shade and she got rid of it. But that's the idea of the shon should be clear to be choshish. So it says that Kodesh Baruch Hu says, I'm not going to put any machlo mitzrayim on you because I'm your doctor. I mean, if he's not putting it on him, so you don't have to have medicine. He says there'll be no sickness because I'm your doctor. There's no need for a doctor. Says the Gemara. That's way. What is it? It says, if you listen to what? To HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so then lo yasim. I'm not going to put any machlo on you. But if im lo yishma asim. Now I'll put it on you. I'm still going to heal you. But so the Gemara says really there's such a thing. The sickness can be avoided if you listen to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but it will not. But if you have, so then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Reif. Rabbi Lezer got sick. His Talmidim came to visit. There's a lot of anger in the world. That's why I'm sick. They start crying, understanding that he is suffering. Rabbi Kiva is the one who laughs. Why are you laughing? Similar conversation and the Makkas. Well, what's going on? He says, I don't understand why you're crying. If cases are Rebbe, you're not going to cry. That's why I'm laughing. Meaning, I see everything in his life is working well. His wine doesn't sour. His flax doesn't get ruined. His oil doesn't stink, and his honey doesn't become spoiled. So he's having a good life. So maybe God is reward in this world. Now they see him suffering and he's sameach. Now you know that he gets yisur in this world to get to the world to come. So Rabbi Kiva tells Rabbi Kiva, did I do anything wrong? I'm supposed to get punished? Every person has something to do which he did which is not 100% right. So you do, and therefore you have to get used to it. Say what Rabbi Lezer our boss came to Rabbi Lezer got sick, forced came to visit. Rabbi Tarfon, Rabbi Shua, Rabbi Loz ben Azario, Rabbi Kiva. Kshala is if this is the same case, it's Rabbi Lezer again. You're greater than a drop of rain. Tiba is this world, you're in this world, in the world to come. Maharal goes on to explain which each one is meaning to, coming to refer to. Maharal, there's a few, think about it. But he says rain, even rain that comes from Hashpah from above, it's only this world. I'm talking about the Rebbe, is giving Hashpah even for the world to come. You're more than the sun. Galgacham is in this world. But you are in this world, the world to come. You're greater than our father and mother. Right? In this world, the world to come. So all these three different examples of things only in this world: rain, sun, and father, mother. And we keep one in a different malach. Very good to get used to it. I want to hear what Rabbi Kiva has to say. They're telling you how great he is. He wants to hear the Rabbi Kiva's point. You know Chavim Yisurim. It says in the pasuk. What says in the pasuk? And Menashe became a king in the age of 12. And he was a king for 55 years. He was a Russia. Menashe was a Russia. It says in Mishlei that Yechezkel Melech Yehuda's people wrote it. Talmid of Yechezkel, Rashi says. So he says, in other words, the Yechezkel was the one who's teaching all the Mashalim, all the Musar of Shlomo HaMelech. That's what we learned earlier, that Yechezkel put a sword in the Beis Redish. Say everybody should come and learn Torah. It says the Gemara, Yechezkel Melech Yehuda Cholayim Kolim Mitayro, L'mashtem no Loyim Mitayro. So he taught everybody Menashe. Obviously, he tried to teach Menashe, and it didn't work. It says the Gemara, he tried to teach Torah, but it did not work. So what did Menashe L'mutov? Ela Yisurim. The only thing that worked was Yisurim. Shenema v'daber Hashem Menashe v'amoy v'lo yikshivu. Menashe, his nation didn't listen. V'daber Hashem alim v'soriat tzova shalom melech Ashur. So came Melech Ashur and captured them. V'yikaduz Menashe b'choichim. So they captured him with thorns, and he was tied up with chains. Took him to Bavel. So when he was captured and he was suffering, he davened to Hashem, and then Yechezkel listened to his davening and brought him back to his mouth. And then he knew Hashem was Elokim. Says the Gemara, Alamata Shechavivim Yisur. From here you see how Yisurim were so great. The Menashe, everything that his father taught him did not work until he got a Azbing. Says the Gemara now, interesting, continuing this Mahal. There's 3 people that came with Alila. Alila here means that they came with a plot, so to speak, to convince wherever they were talking to that they were right and they were successful. What is it? Eluim. Where are they? They said a Nitzuach v'tshuva. They had like a good time, a good debate. Eluim. Kain, Esau, Umenashe. Kain gadol avoyni minasoy. Kain says my aver is so great. The word dash is a little differently. What is he saying? Amal fari bari shaloy lam klum gadol avoyni mishishim riboy she'atidi nachtoy lefoneh v'ata solech lahem. Gadol avoyni, more than a siyah that you're going to do for Am Yisrael, they're going to be 600,000 people doing averos. My aver is greater than that. Esau v'chtiv abroch achas lechovi. Says, he went to his father. You have only one bracha. Give me another bracha. That's what it says. The pasuk says, he found out Hashem was looking. So what happens? It's brought down. Rashi quotes that I think it's a medrash that he told them. He said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they're bringing the Gillian over here, but he says that what he told Hashem. First thing he did is he spoke to Avodah Zarah. This is the Zorah means nothing else. So then he went to Hakadosh Baruch Hu and said, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, you help me. He says, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, if you don't help me, so you're exactly the same with the Zorahs. So it was like a tiny, it was a lilo. That's the lilo of Menashe. But through Yisurim, it came over there. So Yisurim is what brings a person to that level. Says the Gemara, of someone who pronounces the name of Hashem, en lechek l'lamo Tano ubegvulim uveloshoin ogo. What does it mean? Rashi brings the 2 explanations. First explanation, Rashi says, we're talking about Begvulim, not saying Shem Hashem outside of Beis Hamikdash. Ubeloshon Oga, afilu b'mikdash lo loshon Oga la she'ein lo hige beis Yisrael loshon hakodesh shalanu la she'ein lo azim Oga loshon b'lasofei noka. In other words, even Beis Hamikdash a problem if you said it in a not a loshon hakodesh. Loshon achar, it's called Oga loshon Uga. Moka sheyesh b'chavurus b'nei odom shtabim divrei chol Gvulim korei chutz hamikdash. Fa'asu lefa Hashem raboim mishtayim b'loshon Oga chutz hamikdash. So Rashi in this explanation, you need to have both conditions met. First explanation is either or is a problem. Either Begvulim or Beloshon Oga. The second explanation of Rashi is that he says that you need to have both conditions. It's to be outside and Beloshon Oga, not Beloshon Kodesh. But if either or, it's either Beloshon Kodesh or Beis Hamikdash, it's fine. Now, Rashi here again repeats his shito that what does it talk about? Hoigi Hashem Atzir Yisuf is the Shem Ben Arboim Mishnai Moises, the 42-letter name of Hashem. Rashi quotes it in Masechet Sukkah. He says, what's the name of 42 letters? Many Rishonim learn the Hoigi Hashem Atzir Yisuf, it means Yud Kevavke. And there's 2 shittas in the Rishonim, 2 main shittas in the Rishonim. Is Yud Kevavke doesn't mean Hoigi Hashem Atzir Yisuf. Is that he pronounces the name of the Yud Kevavke with its Nekudis. Instead of saying the Yud and the Hey and Vav, he says the actual word. Or that he says that 4 letters. Yud, and then he says letter Hey, and then he says the Vav, and then he says letter Hey. That's why when we say the name, nobody says the 4 letters. You say Yud Ke Vav Ke to come in a different sheet. So the different sheet is in Rishonim, where is Hoigi Hashem Yisuf the problem? But the Gemara says over here that at least when he says it in Beis Hamikdash, it's not a problem. The Gemara now goes on to Shloshim Melech HaBaryotis, learn the Mishnah, the 3 kings and the 4 Yotis that don't have a Chelek V'Lo. It says the Gemara Torah Rabbanon Yerovam. So the Gemara is going to go through all of them. The first one the Gemara is going to is through Yerovam. So Yerovam, why is it called Yerovam? Sheribeya Am. What is Ribeya Am? He was Lashon Harbatzos, says Rashi. Put that in Am Yisrael down. Torah Acher Yerovam Shaso Merivo Bo. He caused a fight. Why? Because they worship the Zohar and they fought with each other. Fight between Am Yisrael and Koshbo. Ben Novat. What's Ben Novat? Ben Shenibet Veloiro. Meaning he's the son of the person who thought to see right, but he saw wrong. As I'm going to say in a moment, his father thought he was going to be king, but he was wrong. Tana hu Novat, this father of Yerovam is Novat, who Micho Usheva ben Bichri. Sheva ben Bichri is the one who rebelled against David HaMelech and joined Avshalom to rebel against David HaMelech. Says the Gemara, Novat sheniv v'lo yirah. He thought he saw, but he didn't really see. Micho shenismach mech bebinyan. What's mach bebinyan? Rashi says over there something fascinating. When the Mitzrim took babies of Am Yisrael and they put them in lieu of bricks into the wall. That's what they used them as a brick. So Moshe Rabbeinu told HaKadosh, what is this? So HaKadosh tells Moshe Rabbeinu, you should know that any one of these babies that are there, there's a reason he's there. Meaning if he will stay alive, he will become a Rasha. So you want to try it out. Take one of them out. And that one he took out was Micha, who became this Rasha, and he was rebelling against the Melech, and his son was Yerovam. He lived for many years according to that.
Yeah, but it's a big time discrepancy.
Yes, he's 1,000 years old or something like that.
Yes, so it's time discrepancies.
Yeah, very, very long. And he says, that's his real name. Meaning they thought they saw it, they didn't see. What is it? He saw fire coming from his amo, and the amo is a siman api Kabbalah to Malchus. Well, that's what it is. So he saw a fire coming out from his amo, and he assumed he's going to be a king. His son became a king, but not him. So that's why Rashi says he went to rebel against David by becoming the servant, by helping Avshalom. Why? So Rashi had a cheshbon. His cheshbon was that they're going to start fighting with each other. He thought he was becoming king. He said, I'm going to become king. I'll make a balagan, like you say. I'll make a rebel. There'll be some fights, and then probably what's going to happen is through these fights, I'm going to become the king. Again, Amasai, you see Tsaras over there. That was a simon if he felt that would be a king. It wasn't him, it was his grandson. Through his daughter, but not him. But the simon was a good simon, but not him. It's talking about what does it mean? It's talking about a song that there is something that Moshe Rabbeinu is going to be getting loike b'mayim. Rosh Hashanah Yisrael b'mayim uloike. They figure they saw, they're going to be punished in water. So okay, so throw him into the water. It wasn't the water of throwing into the water. It was the water of Memory. So how do you know the Yerovam doesn't go to Elamabo? It'll be for the punishment of Beis Yerovam. What is Lachid Ulashmid? So you have both L'shaynis to tell you he's gone from this world and he's gone from the world to come. Why Yerovam Zoichet to be king? He gave a Techecho to Shlomo HaMelech. Why he got punished? Because he did it in public and embarrassed him. Shenema. Shlomo bono sameloi sogas peretz ir David Ovid. Right? So what does it mean? There was an opening to Beis Hamikdash. Shlomo HaMelech closed it. We'll see Rashi in a moment, a few explanations. Your father opened many gates, made it open, people come to the regal. You did it, you closed it, so you could collect taxes for the Bas Parva to have money. Look at Rashi. Rashi says, what does it mean? Rashi says, so he says, Rashi started by getting it says, so there was opening the Beis Hamikdash and he closed it. The in other words, they did it. One of the gates of Beis Hamikdash or Yerushalayim, he closed off, made their palace for her. That's what it means. Another third interesting explanation. Shlomo used to what? Used to close the Azara and hide the keys. The king sleeps for 3 hours a day. So long, then they're waiting for him to wake up. You want to collect access to your wife so that she can give him the key. So, in other words, something was done a little wrong, and that is what made Yeravam, and that's the Teichechot that Yeravam gives Shlomo Melech. So the Gemara, Umay, does that share Yad Melech? What? Yeah. Mam Nachman shecholat tefillah b'fonav. Right? That was he took the tefillah in front of him. So what does it mean? So Rashi learns. It says Loshen Rashi. Rashi says shecholat tefillah b'fonav shayalolifres l'tzad acher b'yemes v'chusay. V'lato shelo b'fonav. You should have taken the tefillah not in front of the face of the king. You should have decided to take it out. Wasn't just taking the tefillin in the second Pshar Rashi, he did it as a rebel. Right? Then Chol tefillin is another Rashi, and this seems to be another Pshat. Right? They say your Loshen Acher, ain't no Chol is Begilu Yosh Melech. Just taking out the tefillin is Gilu Yosh. You have to be with more of a hero with a tefillin. That was a little bit of the rebel to show that he's not Noig Melech, right? Now, so here, what is the Gemara telling us? The Gemara says, why Zocher over the Malchus? Because he gave a little bit to Shlomo in the right place. With Brian Nenosh, why was he punished? He was Nenosh because he didn't have a desire. So he was Nenosh. He was punished because he didn't have a desire time. So unfortunately, discussing, they want to say that maybe the severity of the punishment and the fact that he got to such a level of punishment has to do with that they did a chiyot defenov. Now you get a little lower punishment by Yeravam. Okay, let's go a few more lines and we're going to end with a few lines from here. The Gemara says, his gaiva made him lose the world. Shema remember Yeravam believe boy atot shum memloch levis David im yalo mazel tzuz vach b'yis Hashem Yerushalayim. V'shav le'om mazel dineim le'Rechovo melech Yehuda v'Arguni. V'shav le'Rechovo melech Yehuda. And they're going to go back there. What does it mean? So we'll go back to the Beis Hashem on Shabbos, but the point is that Yeravam, when Yeravam started, that's when they divided the Malchus of Am Yisrael. The 10 Shvatim were on their own, they had their own kingdom, and Yehuda and Binyamin had their own kingdom. Yeravam said it's very nice to have 2 kingdoms, but they want to go to Beis Hamikdash to worship Hashem. If they go to Beis Hamikdash, what's going to happen? They're going to come and make Rechovam, they're going to see Rechovam as the king over there, they'll make him Rechovam, and they'll kick me out. I don't want him to go to Beis Hamikdash. So why would they make Rechovam into a king? The only ones who can sit in Beis Hamikdash is only a melech from Beis David, not Rechovam, not Yeravam. Once they'll see the Rechovam sitting, he's the son of Shlomo. And I'm standing, you can say he's the king, I'm the slave. If I'm sitting, so if I sit, I'm not supposed to sit. It's not the proper thing to do. Question why it's called over here Mori B'Malchus, but they're going to kill me. How to betray? So that's why he made 2 Aglazov. So right away he put over the Zara. No need to go to Yerushalayim. Just do it stay over here. That's good enough. So now I can go to Yerushalayim. So this guy, but he was afraid he's going to lose the Melucha. That's what made him lose everything. What was the 8 that he did? How did he convince him? He put the Rosh and Tzaddik next to each other. So in the beginning they were his, their subjects. They accepted him as a king, the Tzaddik, the Rosh. And there's an Indian that Yeravam in the beginning came with real tiny of tzidkus. So they were following him. And he said, please decide whatever I do, I'm allowed to do. I'm a king. I'm Laying, no problem. 100% you're the king. I'm want to be king. I'm Laying. Whatever I tell you, you're going to have to listen to me. I'm Laying. Feel the mitzvah of this call, even to the worship of the Zohar. I'm Tzaddik chas v'shalom. The So I said, whoa, that's way too much. You think that a person like Yerovam, tzaddik, will come with the Zorah? So he says, I think he's just testing you to see. He's giving you that questionnaire. Are you going to listen to me? Even if I tell you the Zohar, you can listen? Yes, okay. Says the Gemara, the same thing. Here was a sign that Yehu tzaddik Rabbahu. It was a big tzaddik. It was Avtachot to Yehu, a king, that you will have people on the Melech. He didn't, he still did the way that the Zohar Yerovam. Hi Gormali, what caused him? He was a tzaddik. Rabbi Bris Kusov Sasaim. Shneimar Achav Ovod Abal Me'at Yu Yavdenu Harbe. Meaning, the fact that he said these words. He said these words, and that's what caused him, even though he did not mean it, but because he said it, so that's what punished. He saw the Chishloini signed on the decree to do over the Zohar. So, maybe I'm wrong. I should do over the Zohar. Right? That's what it says, and that's what it was. Be'ez Hashem, we'll go back to this on Shabbos, but we'll end over here. So, Be'ez Hashem, have a good Shabbos. Daf on Shabbos is in the afternoon, somewhere around 5:20.